I'd like to have a positive outlook on the whole crypto world, but right now it's just another bloodbath. Expect the market to soon reflect the actions of the SEC. I know we all want the U.S. to be the most conducive environment for innovation, but at the moment, thanks to Gary Gensler, the state is stifling innovations, and unfortunately, crypto is at the center of it. Instead of this regulatory body working hand in hand with crypto to prevent the coming collapse of the dollar, they're in fact pushing their foot down on crypto's throat. And it does not look good, guys. Now is the perfect time to secure your investment, or you might risk losing it all because of a few greedy individuals who've been paid to take it all down. Thankfully, with the right plan in mind, you might escape what's coming. Let's roll that intro, and we can get into more details about that. As always, welcome to Moneyside, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you get updates when we drop new videos. And don't forget to smash that like button, and you can always leave a comment or a question in the section below.
SEC bringing the case against Ripple was not really just a case about Ripple or about XRP. It's really about the industry and how the SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry.
What one particular builder in the ecosystem, the Ripple founder, had to say a little bit earlier, if you could just take a listen.
The SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry. This is not a healthy way to regulate an industry. Your regulation through enforcement, as opposed to what we're seeing in other countries where they're doing the work, right? They're codifying, they're creating a framework that allows an industry to grow while protecting consumers. And I think that's really what the U.S. is lagging.
Hi, Becky. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for having me on Squawk on the Street. As you can see, it's a big win for the SEC and the crypto enforcement. The judge ruled and denied Ripple's motion that some past sales were securities. Now, she might have said XRP currently is not a security, but, that's a fact-by-fact basis, and it only applies to that digital asset. So you'll see us continue to go and enforce our rules against other crypto frauds. And this is a big win in the industry. Mom, I'm talking to CNBC. I'm going to settle with Ripple now. Relax. So anyway, thanks for having me. I haven't left my house in a long time. And I might have signed some checks for Hillary.
It's pretty straightforward, actually common sense approach. We have one goal at the SEC is for them to come into compliance. The law is the law. Pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward.
Unfortunately, are you planning to settle with the SEC?
Well, we've always said that we would love to settle, but it requires one very, very, very important thing, and that is that on a go-forward basis, it's clear that XRP is not a security. Optimistic that this will certainly be resolved in 2023 and maybe the first half. So we'll see how it plays out from here, but I feel very good about where we are relative to the law and the facts. So I'm very optimistic, and I think absent some significant change in posture from the SEC, I can't imagine that we won't have resolution from the judge. I also
I'm talking to CNBC. I'm going to settle with Ripple now. Relax.
You were asking me about cross-border. Cross-border will stop being used in SWIFT. Cross-border will start either use stablecoins or will use bridges between the various central banks or bridges between the various coins. But remember, composability, one coin will be able to be transferred with it another. So if let's say JP Morgan coin will be transferable and exchangeable with the Goldman Sachs coin. And therefore, all these transactions cross-border will be real-time and nearly for free. Or we have I'm sure you heard about Ripple. Ripple was built just for the purpose of remittances using that platform. But in reality, you don't have to be stuck to one ecosystem. You need to go to the one that has got the most network effects. As I said, stablecoins will be issued by many central banks, and they will use this. I'll give you an example. In South Africa, we have in the region, it's called the Southern African Development Region of many central banks. Then you have the option either to build a bridge between each other or issue a stable coin so that the payments between, let's say, Tanzania and Zimbabwe is not using their coins, it's used a stable coin that is backed by the dollar, and therefore it can be done in real time. The project that we just finished with Hong Kong, Thailand, and the UAE and the Bank of China, this one is the one released this week, which is called the CBDC bridge. It uses a bridge which connects each central bank to each other. This is examples how credit card companies are going to now use their network to allow different stable coins, and they will generate their own stable coin. So let me see the time. Okay. So now, before I carry on with way two for the banks.
That's why I'm here. That's why I come to Davos. That's why I'm meeting with regulators, because I want to partner and say, here's how Ripple approaches this. Here's how we see the industry. And I will say, I've found an amazingly receptive audience here in Davos.
To get us started, we've got a tweet from Eleanor Tourette where she states, "No doubt, this will be the subject of at least a few lines of questioning at tomorrow's House Financial Services Committee hearing." Gensler previously called Algorand a great technology that you could build Uber and Lyft on. Today, he declared Salgo an unregistered security.
Governance is tough. You could create Uber or Lyft on top of a blockchain technology today. Well, maybe in 5 years you could. It would have the performance. Sylvia McCally's Algorand, who's a Turing Award winner at MIT that I work with. Sylvia's got a great technology that has the performance. You could create Uber on top of it.
The way Gary Gensler switches up his comments is always grounds to worry. This guy has no business conducting a big institution like the Regulatory Commission. Yes, he is qualified, but his view on the crypto world is quite opinionated. To properly regulate a field like crypto, you need to be unbiased, to remain unbiased, which is something that Gary Gensler is clearly struggling with. I think it's high time that he retires and lets someone else take over the office. With him there, the crypto world is surely doomed. And when I say this, I mean it. Here's a recent tweet from Gensler. Today's action yet again makes plain that the crypto market suffers from a lack of regulatory compliance, not a lack of regulatory clarity. Today, we charged crypto asset trading platform Bittrex Inc. and its co-founder and former CEO William Sarara for operating an unregistered national securities exchange, broker, and clearing agency. Compliance to what law exactly? The U.S. government hasn't set rules and regulations that can govern the crypto world. If they did, companies would have easily followed them. Or better yet, where was this form of enforcement when FTX went down? That was a company that clearly defrauded its customers, which is not the same for other platforms. Guys, this is a red flag. If you have any cryptos in any exchanges, now is the perfect time to move them to your cold wallet. And I don't mean the cold wallet in exchanges. No siree. Those aren't cold wallets, since the exchanges can still access them. All in all, keep holding your XRPs because the bullish trend, it's on its way.
I think regulatory clarity globally is important. And we're seeing a lot of countries. I mean, here we are in Davos, and Switzerland's clearly one of the countries leading in providing regulatory clarity at an early stage. You have the UAE leaning in, the UK, Japan, Singapore. The US is notably absent from that list. And I think in some ways, the regulators in the US have added confusion to the crypto marketplace.
And let's talk about those regulators in the US, the SEC, Brad. Let's get a check-in on what's going on with that lawsuit with the SEC and Ripple. Are you nearing an end potentially? Are you planning to settle with the SEC?
Well, we have always said that we would love to settle, but it requires one very, very, very important thing. And that is that on a go-forward basis, it's clear that XRP is not a security. The SEC and Gary Gensler has very outwardly said he views almost all crypto as a security, and so that leaves very little space in a Venn diagram for settlement. The case is now fully briefed in front of the judge, and judges take however long the judges will take. We're optimistic that this will certainly be resolved in 2023 and maybe the first half. So we'll see how it plays out from here. But I feel very good about where we are relative to the law and the facts.
So are you going to wait for the judge to come out with a decision on this one?
I'm very optimistic, and I think absent some significant change in posture from the SEC, I can't imagine that we won't have resolution from the judge. I also will point out, and I've certainly something I've heard here in Davos repeatedly, is how important this is, not just to how Ripple it goes forward, but also really the whole crypto industry in the United States. And I keep reminding people that outside the United States, crypto is still thriving, Ripple is still thriving, and we should make sure we're continuing to engage non-US regulators as well.
As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed when we drop new video. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.